Good morning. Welcome back to the Mayor's Table. I'm Mayor Tommy Roberts. A couple of weeks ago, we said goodbye to Bob Campbell, who was our Assistant City Manager. As we speak this morning, Bob is relocated to his new home in Tucson, and we want to say again to Bob that we appreciate his many years of service to the city of Farmington and to its citizens, and we wish him well in retirement. My guest this morning is the person who has been selected to replace Bob. She is our new Assistant City Manager, and her name is Julie Baird. Welcome, Julie.
Thank you. Good morning.
Julie, I think people will want to know a little bit about you. Of course, you have many friends in the community, and of course, many of the people who watch this will know who you are already. But we do know that we have a fairly significant viewing audience, and many may not know you. Tell us a little bit about your personal background.
Well, I first came to Farmington in '92. I came here to take the position as the museum director. And this was when the museum was over on Orchard Street. It started there. There was just myself and two others, and really enjoyed that position and seeing that museum grow into the Gateway Museum and the Natural History Museum, or the Nature Center, and working on all of those aspects.
Tell us a little bit about your educational background. What is it that prepares you for a job like this?
Well, the experience that I've had over 20 years in municipal government is really what I had for this job. My education background was truly focused on museums and focused on anthropology.
And you had the position of Administrative Services Director here at the City of Farmington for a period of time. Is that correct?
In General Services.
General Services, yeah. And tell us a little bit about what your responsibilities were in that position.
So for General Services, I was responsible for taking care of all the buildings that the city owns. We have over 250 facilities. That may be everything from large facilities like our police department and city hall, or the substations for the electrical department. We also oversaw the fleet management. So we have about 900 pieces of vehicles and equipment and rolling stock in the city of Farmington.
How will that experience help you in performing the responsibilities of city manager?
Well, that was a very customer service oriented position, but customer service towards the internal communication with the city, helping in terms of the facilities, projects, construction, really coordinating with a number of different department heads and different projects.
What do you see as some of the challenges that you'll have to deal with initially here in the first few months of your tenure as Assistant City Manager?
Oh, I think the main challenge at this point is getting up to speed on a number of different things going on in the different areas. Certainly the Pinion Hills Extension project, certainly some of the other community development projects around town. I'm aware of them, but haven't been down in the details.
And what are the scope, what is the scope of your responsibilities as Assistant City Manager? I mean, what departments do you have direct supervisory responsibility for?
I'll certainly continue to coordinate efforts for general services, but also then community development and public works.
Okay. And what are your goals? Have you had time to actually sit down and establish some goals for this time as Assistant City Manager?
I think it's to really help facilitate that communication between the various departments to see where we can keep working together to keep things moving forward. We have an awful lot of challenges ahead of us economically, certainly looking at our tax base, and I think we can learn to do things together and smarter.
Well, before we close this out, and again, this is just a brief introductory to Julie and her job responsibilities, but I want to take it to a little bit more personal level. Tell us a little bit about your family.
My husband, Steve Baird, works for ConocoPhillips, and we have a daughter, Catherine, who's 9 years old, and she keeps us very active.
Yeah, I've met Catherine, and she's She's energetic and she's curious and really a pleasure to be around. I haven't been around her a lot, but the times I have been, I've really enjoyed her. She's a really neat kid, so congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And we want to congratulate you on your promotion to Assistant City Manager. And as the mayor of the city and a representative of its citizens, I think City Manager Mays has made a wise choice. And I look forward to working with you for the next couple of years.
Thank you very much.
We want to thank you again for joining us on the Mayor's Table. Before we close this segment, just want to remind you that if you're interested in looking back at any of the segments that have been produced in the Mayor's Table, you can find those segments at the mayorstable.org. That's mayorstable.org. I would encourage you to check out that inventory of segments, and they're identified by topic. And if you see something that interests you and you haven't seen all of these segments, I encourage you to go ahead and make that effort and take that time to see those segments. We also would like to encourage you to submit questions to us, specific questions about city government. We would like to have a segment dedicated periodically to just answering specific questions that you may have about your local government. We envision a segment of 10 minutes in length probably, where we would take 5 to 6 or 7 questions and answer them pretty quickly. But we'll continue on through this next half of the year and producing a segment every week, and we'll look forward to doing that. We have had a lot of positive feedback about these segments, and we're finding that people in the community do appreciate the outreach effort that we're making. Again, thank you for viewing in today, and we'll see you next Monday.